What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Janet Nick Fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to hit that like button. I don't want you to forget to subscribe, leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit that notification bell. All right, let's get into it. The Boston Celtics versus the New York Knicks. This is their second preseason game against one another. Um, this what I want from this game. I would like to see our starters meet with their starters. Tatum and Brown haven't played in the last couple of preseason games for Boston Celtics. Porzingis and Harford played in the last game. Not only Harford of Drew Holiday, their new addition. They played in the last game against the 76ers. So I know Pritchard and the rest of the Boston Celtics, they looked good. They looked good, but don't forget we beat them. And I know people gonna say we had our starters in, but our starters didn't play out most of the game. RJ Barrett probably one of the guys, but he shooting well from the floor, but having getting to the free throw line, and most importantly, he having connect on his free throws. I'm really hoping that carry over into the regular season. But this is a preview of the regular season matchup. So I'm hoping, like I said, Jason Tatum and Brown haven't been playing; they've been resting. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see their full starting unit against our full starting unit before the opening season. I was hoping to see that in the earlier the first Boston game. Um, we just talk about them for a second. Like everybody got Boston Celtics already going to the finals. They're a dominant team, and I was just thinking about how the New York Knicks match up against this team. The bench, honestly, I think our bench is going to need a couple of games before they start gelling. But the starters, you know what I'm saying, this is the first time in a long time, matter of fact, since the 2000 season, 1999, 2000 season, that the starters are coming back with the same starters that from the previous season. So this do give the New York Knicks, in my opinion, some type of advantage. There's going to be a adjustment period with Porzingis and Drew Holiday getting used to Jalen Brown and Tatum game, just Jason Tatum's game. So we might have an upper hand opening the season. I know this, as the season progressed, they will get to know one another and play better. They're professional basketball players. They've been playing all their life, so they will, figure it out. But we haven't seen them playing much preseason games. I know training camp they're practicing, getting their plays. Saying run down, memorize, but we haven't seen them in live action basketball against opponents to see how they work together, how they gel. Are they going to be in the right positions? Do they got the feel of where he's going to be? Talk about points. We know Jason Tatum averaged 30 points. Brown averaged 26. Holiday was healthy, 19 points. Porzingis 23 points, and Harford averaged 9 points. And it kind of battles out if we're going to go with the big three, because big four actually. Because if you think about our four, I can't say big four because Grimes would be our weak point on the offensive and in the starting unit, but he do make up for that in the defense. And Grimes have done a very good job on opposing teams, superstars, top players. So in this game, if they play, because I want to point out that there is rumors that you know Tibbs might rest his starting five, and Boston have been resting Tatum and Brown. So I'm wondering, get a game in. If I was both coaches, I would play them this game and rest them the game before. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, this is Boston. They 1-2. They 2-1 in preseason. So I think this is their last game. So I think Brown and Tatum should play tonight. If so, not that many minutes. And if they play, we gotta play our starter five just to see the matchup because I think we got the advantage with Mitchell Robinson and Al Horford. I know Al Horford averaged 9 points to Mitchell Robinson 7 points throughout the season. And when you step over to Porzingis and Julius Randle averaged 25 points, Porzingis with 23 points. Now here's where it gets tricky because Brown had averaged Brown averaged 26 points, whereas RJ Barrett only averaged 19 points. Grimes 11 points, and then you got him going up against Jason Tatum averaging 30 points. He's gonna have to put some work in now. And like I just got to finish defending Grimes and his defense, and I think he can hold Jason to a 22, 23 point game. And I'm kind of talking, I'm jumping ahead of the preseason. Actually, I'm thinking of opening night. But when that happened, I think Grimes, like, let's, you know what, we're gonna skip preseason because this is most likely going to be starting lineup on opening night. And I think as strong and as deep as everybody say that the Boston Celtics are, I think they're gonna have some struggles in the first few months. Maybe I don't think they're gonna get it together to maybe around, hear me out, December, early January, because you got to think about it. All the teams are right now. They're putting together their rotation. But when you think about Boston and the additions that they had to this team, they had, they signed Berlino Benton, Brissett, Jalen Brown got his extension. They brung in Gable. They brung in ex Knicks player Sal Malik. I can't pronounce the name. Lamar Stevens, a couple of other players. So it's going to take a while. We talk about the starting unit, taking time to gel, the Boston that is, but it's going to take a while for that bench to get to know one another with so many pieces coming in. Also, we got to remember that, yes, Boston went out and made major moves, and these major moves consist of bringing in a lot of different players with a lot of different attitudes and a lot of different styles of playing. People happen to get used to one another playing the game. So I'm saying right now, I'm not predicting. I'm not talking about, I'm not an expert and I can't predict the future. I'm not saying Boston going to be at the bottom of the pack in the Atlantic Division. But what I'm saying is that they're gonna have the growing pains, as all teams gonna have. Getting the start of the season, getting their win back, getting their conditioning, everything back. But there's so many new players that are gonna have to get to know one another. And not only that, we forget attitude. Attitude play a lot. You know what I'm saying? You can talk about the basketball court, they're professionals, yes, I know, but attitudes play a lot. So will this team mesh as a team? So it is yet to be seen. I know preseason look good. You got Pritchard out there running wild, and he's a guy that I did make a video back about last year with the Knicks to try to make a trade for or go after, or I like Pritchard's game. But I still think Boston Celtics have a lot of work to do. Whereas we know the Knicks, we made some moves, but the most major moves we really made was re-signing Josh Hart and Devin Tizio, re-signing Dwayne Washington after we waived him and brought him back. A couple of Isaiah Roby, a couple of other players, looking to make the roster. A guy I really like, I didn't put up here, is Nathan Knight. We got some players that I think was going to come right in and gel, some real good role players. I'm not saying Boston don't have role players. I'm just saying that there's so many different faces that they're going to have to get, take time to get to know one another. You know what I'm saying? That's just my feeling, you know what I'm saying? My opinion. The last game that they played, the starters, like I said, bought Julius Randle and Brunson didn't play that many minutes. Randall played 23 minutes, but you can say he played a nice game. Barrett 26, but Barrett scored a high out of everybody, 23 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. We go over to Boston real quick. As I said, Brown and Tatum didn't play any games, but Harford played, and Porzingis and Holiday. Holiday have 11 points. Porzingis 11 points. Harford 9 points. Basically, his average of last year. And if you look at what they did as a team, the Knicks shot in their last game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They shot 48% from the floor, 37% from downtown, 77% from the free throw line. Turnovers, they had 16, and assists 22. We're gonna have to really work on the assists, and 40 rebounds. Let's see what we compare that to what Boston did with their last game against Philadelphia. Excuse me for a second. Boston shot 48 percent, 36 from downtown, 87 from the free throw line. They had 17 turnovers, 24 assists, 47 rebounds. They looked really good, but they could look even better because, like I said, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown didn't play. But I'm looking forward to this preseason game today. I'm hoping they do play. If I know their minutes won't, well, they might get significant minutes, being that they set out 2 minutes, and the coach want to see what they got before they start the season. But basically, like I said, I just jumped all over to the regular season game, and I'm gonna say I really think the Knicks can take that game. Honestly, I really think that we can come out and we can beat the Boston. I really think the Knicks are matched up. I think throughout the season, honestly, I think we match up good with Boston Celtics. And I know a lot of people thinking about Porzingis and Julius Randle, but Porzingis really doesn't like to come inside. So that's another thing with the defense. That's a different story. I get to Tibbs' defense and all the rotation and the trapping, but it always leave a man open. That's another day. I know some of y'all probably tired of hearing me griping about it. But I still think Julius Randle will be able to, play defense on Porzingis because Porzingis, he's maturing, he's getting bigger and stronger, but he still have a tendency when you put that body on him that his game fade out. Um, Mitchell Robinson, when you come to the way Mitchell Robinson came in this preseason, he stronger up, his upper body is stronger. He looked like he worked on his footwork, and he looked like he's trying to bully people. Like when he get the rebound, he's not looking to automatically dishing out. He's moving his elbows and he's going right back up. I don't think Al Horford, because I'm expecting Al Horford to be the starting center for the Celtics. And I don't think Al Horford would be able to really match up against Mitchell Robinson. Al Horford is getting up there in age, so that's a position I think we dominate. Then you go over to the Brown and the Tatum, and yeah, they got us right there with Barrett and Grimes. But Grimes is a very good defender, and if Grimes can do his job, possibly holding Tatum to 20 points, 22 points, I'll say he did his job. Then this is where it comes in. The richest man in the NBA, Jalen Brown, comparing him to one of the richest men in the NBA coming up soon, Barrett. Um, it's going to they got the upper hand. I'm just gonna say it right there, and there's gonna be a lot Barrett had to prove this up and coming season. He looked really good during the World Cup, so we Knicks fans we got high hopes for Barrett. So I hope he do continue to play the way he played in the tournament, and the Knicks should be right now at the park. But I still think it's going to come down to Drew Holiday and Brunson. Drew Holiday averaging 19 points. Our boy Jalen Brunson averaging somewhere around 24 points a game. So, like I said, this team match up well. In my opinion, it match up very well. It's going to come down to the bench. Pritchard looked good, but so do Emmanuel quickly. We brought in Donovan Chizio, a defensive specialist. He got skills on the defensive end. So it's going to look good. And like I said in my last video, it's going to be up to Tibbs what he going to do with Emmanuel quickly, how he going to play him, McBride, Fournier, offense, defense, Nathan Knight. You know what I'm saying? I know Tibbs is still working on a rotation. This is going to be a part of that tonight's game. We're going to see. We're going to see. But I like our chances right now tonight against Boston Celtics. I like our chances in the opening season. I like our chances if we was to happen to meet in the playoffs. But with all that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and peace.